Hello, how you doing? Danny the Heck's my name. Now, I've been selling a few drop shipping websites lately, and I've been getting some interesting phone calls from people asking some really basic questions about what is drop shipping. So hence this video. People don't really understand the concept, and often I find myself explaining what drop shipping is, or more importantly, what drop shipping isn't. Now, let me explain just the fundamental basics. I have a shop and it's built on um, Shopify. It costs me $39 a month to run a Shopify website, and that is US dollars. So you're looking around about $55, $60 a month to run your shop. That's the cost. I also have this magical plugin that I use, and that costs $20 US dollars. So all up, running costs for a shop is $59 US a month. What we are in the process of doing is we have been doing drop shipping for over 6 years now. I've currently got quite a few of my shops on Trade Me for sale, and we want to take people to we want to introduce people to what drop shipping is. And what I'd like to do is basically set up shops, do how-to videos, and teach people how to make money from doing drop shipping. But what I'm finding, as I said, a lot of people aren't really sure how it works. Some of the questions I get from people is, do you have individual contracts with each supplier? And the question to that is, no, I don't. We have got big suppliers that don't mean we don't have to have minimum requirements, fulfillments. We don't have to commit to so many orders per week or per month or per year. We can basically buy one toothpick from one supplier and have it shipped to any destination we like. So no, we don't have any contracts with any suppliers at all. And we can use multiple suppliers if we want. We've got a big selection. So that's not a problem. Other questions we get asked off the top of my head is who fulfills the orders? How does the process work? Well, let's say you come along to my shop and you buy a product. Now would be a good time to bring up a shop and show you some stuff. So I have an electronic shop, and everything in this shop I do not stock. Now, I do actually lie sometimes. This is a TV remote that wouldn't work on someone's television. So I asked them to send it back to me, and I'll keep it. And one day when I sell this remote that's on my desk, I will ship them this one, which is brand new. But in the meantime, I don't stock any products. Now, people go, oh, but when you start selling a lot of these TV remotes, aren't you tempted to bring them in and have them in stock for people to buy? And I go, no. And they go, well, why wouldn't you? And it's because the whole idea of a drop shipping shop is because you don't want it to take much of your time. You want people to come along to your website, buy a product. You want to check that they have completed the address properly, and many people don't. So it's not automated. We do have to check that they have typed in their address correctly. And then I basically go away and click one button, and it will go off and order that product for me. And then when that product has been dispatched, a tracking number, my system will automatically update the customer's tracking details and send them out an email without me having to touch or do anything. And that's how cool it is. So the idea of clicking a button is better than me getting this TV remote, finding a courier bag, or thinking I'm going to buy a few courier bags for next time, rushing down to the post office before 4 o'clock, before the goods get picked up, and giving it to a lady, getting a receipt, and coming home and typing in the address. I would rather throw this remote in the rubbish bin than keep products in stock. Because what we're actually doing for people is we're setting up drop shipping businesses. We're not setting up bricks and mortar or, overnight shipping shops. That just get that out of your head straight away. So this is drop shipping. So there's a few fundamental things that a lot of people ask. Now, here's a product which is called the Smart Function translator, real-time language translator, voice scan translator pen. Got translation in there a few times. Now, I've bought one of these the other day because I'm dyslexic. And this is it here. Oop, right? And I haven't turned this on for about a month. So it wasn't really the other day, was it? Let's see if I can turn it on. But what I liked about this this pen is once you turn it on, unfortunately, it takes about 30 seconds to boot up if it turns on and if it's charged. However, it does exactly, oh, there it is. There we go. So now I'm going to turn on this. I'm just using this as an example, and I'll make it bigger. And there's a method of my madness. So it says welcome. And I haven't got a pen and paper. I've got a box of tissues here. But basically what this device does is I can scan something. All right, hold on, let me find something to scan. Oh, here we go. I've got something here. So I just want to show you. So notice it still says welcome. Oh, we've only got life out of it. And now it's loading up. All right. Okay. And hopefully we'll have, okay, I'm going to keep you waiting here. I've got a method of my madness. Okay. Okay, so now we've got buttons and I can basically get a bit of card and I can, if I hold this right, excuse me, coughing. Now listen to this. Hold it.
If you could hire someone to help.
Isn't that cool? However, I can just scan things.
In business, who would you hire?
In business, who would you hire? So there's my card, and I can just highlight anything. Now, this is a translator. So when I travel the world, and I haven't done it yet, but I can plug in the app, and the words that I scan would turn up on the app. I find it really quite cool. But what I don't like about the product is it took 30 seconds to boot up. So now I'm turning it off. And I don't know, I'll power off, click a button. It's touch screen as well. But this product actually cost me about $35. And I sell it currently on my website for $104 plus $8 shipping. So $112. And the cost of that, off memory, I think was $35. It's does the job it says it's going to do. I'm sure I could go in and buy something from I don't know, whatever, Sony, who might make one that's worth $300 or $400. So this product here, and what I'm getting at is this is $104, which is not much money. And it's, if the customer complains it takes a long time to turn on, I'll go, well, it's $104. If I went and bought a real McCoy one, it might take 5 seconds to turn on. However, it still does what it claims it's going to do, and I'm quite happy to sell it. And there's also $60 to $70 profit from this device every time I sell it. So then what we did is we'll get that back on screen. So here's the product here. Now, I'm just using this one product as an example. I haven't sold one yet. I've actually bought one because I thought it would be quite handy for me. And you can see in here, it's got great images. It explains what it does. It shows you how it works. Sure, I could find a video on the internet and embed that in there if I wanted to spend all day long. But how long did it take me to add that product into the shop? Well, I clicked a button. I went and tidied up the description, which takes another minute and a half. And within 5 minutes, I had that product listed on my NZ electronic store. If I was to now go and search for that product in the search engines, you would see other people selling the same product. And here's one on AliExpress for $45. Here's one on NZ Electronics, which is actually me, for $112.95. And here is another one. Well, it's the same one, but here, well, it might not be the same one. I might have loaded two of them. But anyway, here is a product in my shop in the organic listing, and it's number one when somebody searched for that translator, because somebody might have heard of that translator and searched for it and found my website. If somebody was to click onto that link, it didn't cost me anything for that to happen, and it is the same one. But that's the idea. So how many of these products can I find and add to my shop. Well, if I went to shop now on my shop, you can see that I've got many different types of categories on my shop. And I can just keep loading products all day long. Now, let's go through what happens here. A customer comes along to my shop. They decide to add that product to the shop. They go to the checkout. They complete the order. If they put their email address in here, like I'm doing right now, as soon as I do that, my phone will make a bleep bleep noise. Hopefully it will. I'll just so my phone just went ding. And now what it's doing, it's asking me to verify that my phone is my phone. So I'm just copying that number in the background. So I put that number in there. And this is why Shopify is such a good platform. And because I've verified that phone, it's actually picked up an old address where I don't live anymore, just in case you think I've lost it. It's filled out the whole 9 yards for me. I don't have to do anything except update the address. It's got my shipping method, and it's even got my credit card number preloaded. And I just click pay now, and I would buy that product. When that product actually, so I process that order, and the order comes in. And I'm not going to show you the whole lot of this, but I did want to show you. Now I might not be able to show you this exactly, so I'll just take this off the screen because I don't want to give away somebody's home address. Not my home address, but somebody else's. Where is it? Right. Let's see what we got. So let's say yesterday. Excuse me. I'll just get rid of their address. I think I've got rid of their address. I'm happy with that. So we'll share that back now. Just had to hide the address. But yesterday, somebody bought a pair of gloves from me. They paid $30.95 for the gloves. It cost them $8 shipping, or $7.95. And that actually, I worked it out this morning. It cost me $8.50 US. So $8, it was actually $8.40. $8.40 USD to NZD. Is that working? $8.40. Why is that not working? Hold it. So that is that's not working. Nothing works when you want it to work. USD. Got this horrible cough. 1 minute, please, call. I'll tell you exactly how much that is. Right, where is it gone? Why does it not work when you want it to work? Anyway, whatever it is, I think it's about $13. Let's forget about that idea. So to fulfill this order, I use software. It cost me $14. Yeah, I'd say $14. And I charged $38.95. Sorry, $40. So I made about $26. I'm not saying that's very good. Made $26 from processing this order. Is that right? No good at maths, am I? 18, what we got? 18, 13, 24. I made $24. Yeah, about $24 from processing this order. It took me 2 minutes to check the address and the like. Now, the tracking number has automatically been fulfilled by the person that actually handles the glove order, which I don't know, which I didn't talk to, and have anything to do with. And now the customer has been given a tracking number. And the tracking number may not actually be working yet because it was just this morning. It has worked. So now it's left the warehouse on the same day that it was ordered, and order received successfully, whatever that means. It tells me where the order is coming from, China, and it is going to New Zealand. And that same tracking number, which you see there, I can put into New Zealand Post system once the product has been delivered to New Zealand. Let's have a look, New Zealand Post, and it will start updating that. So let's go to New Zealand Post. and I put that tracking number, that same tracking number in there. So if I wanted to, what we used to do, but we used to use other software that used to cost us $60 US a month to basically send through 2 tracking numbers. We don't use that anymore. But now when that enters New Zealand shores, New Zealand Post will scan it and that tracking number will bring up the item and they'll be able to follow that tracking number right to their door. So I don't know if that helps or anything, but I just wanted to show people how it works. Now, currently, I've got 4 websites for sale, and I don't know how long each of them is going to last, but let's use NZ Outdoors as an example. Okay, so this website, since I've had it, has generated $140,000 worth of sales, and it started selling products back in May 2018. In our first month, we did $148. The second month, we did $304, and we're going to stop this in a minute. In the third month, we did $645. In the fourth month, we did $409. Now, I'm running a website here, which is costing me $59 US a month. So from my maths, I'm just saying $85. Let's say $100. $100 a month. I make at least 50% profit. At least 50% profit on everything I sell. So if I sell $400 worth of goods and my running costs is $100 a month, then I'm actually breaking even at $400, really, aren't I? Well, I'm actually kind of breaking even at $200. I am. I'm breaking, let's say $250. So you sell $250 worth of goods and you haven't cost yourself anything. So it's very low risk. So after 4 months, obviously I didn't start 140. I lost money that month. I've had to pay for the website, perhaps 645, 409, and then we went to $3,378. We may have done some advertising that month. I can't actually remember. Then we did 2,300, and then we did $1,070, and then we did $900, back to $600. And at this time, I was actually trying to figure out how to get the formula right on how much money I needed to spend on advertising. So you can obviously see the average here were 3,800, 2,100, 4,200, $1,900, $3,000, $1,400. And to tell the truth, what I actually did is I purchased a new domain name because I had the wrong domain name for the website. I won't tell you that because I'll teach you that sort of stuff. And I didn't have multiple domain names for those people who think they know what I did. However, it shows you sort of like the potential. So out of that there, the average sale was $63. Now, why is $63 quite good? Because $63, let's just say that we are buying products from China. We learned, it took us a long time to actually learn how to find the right suppliers. And I'm going to share that with people who work with me. So that's how that kind of works, right? Then you can, so $63 is a fantastic price. So let's say the products aren't that flash when somebody receives them and they complain to you. So you can negotiate. You can either ask them to take photos of the product that they received so you can see them, or maybe a short video so they can show you why they're not happy. Then you take those photos back to the supplier and you say, I'm not happy with the products that you supplied. Now they have a mediator who will mediate and agree with you if the photos are good. Now, if the client decides that, it's $63, it's not worth my time and energy, I'm just going to write that off and I'm not going to shop with them again. That's drop shipping. And that's the honest truth of it. Some people aren't happy with the quality of the products. However, I'm not happy that I'm selling products that aren't up above board. So I want to do the due diligence and follow through and make sure that my customer is relatively happy. Now, the person that is looking at this website this morning who asked me some questions, asked me, what's your repeat business? Like, how many repeat orders do you get? And I said, well, actually, I don't actually personally like doing email marketing. So we've currently got 3,000, using this example, we've got 2,980 customers that I've never harassed. I've never sent an email to. So email marketing does work. I just personally don't like it. So you could theoretically start doing newsletters. When you add new products, you could start emailing these customers. And that's kind of how it works. That's what you want to sort of think about. I just don't have the time and energy because I have quite a few of these shops and I just don't have the time and energy. And I personally don't like getting emails that I didn't ask for. However, you can see here that people have subscribed and unsubscribed. I don't know why they've unsubscribed. That was from Italy. Now, all our orders are actually from New Zealand, but somebody asked me for a product who lived outside New Zealand. So now, just recently, in the last week, I've actually made it that international orders can actually be processed on our website, which is pretty cool. Excuse me. All right. So what else can I teach you? What other questions do I get? So what I was trying to show you there was the fact that if you go into the analytics, you can see that this shop's established. This shop sells products every day. Our traffic is relatively consistent. There's a lot of stats that are in the back end of the website that really help drive it and give you some insight. But the honest truth of it is I don't have the time to sit here and monitor the stats as much as I theoretically would like. And I believe that the strength of this particular website is actually just adding products in. The formula I've got for this particular website works. And I believe that I could add anything in the outdoor sector into the website and it would sell. So another good example of that, I didn't have the right screen on, my apologies. Another good example of that is I have, what do they call it? Plantar fasciitis. I can't even say it properly, but I bought these for my feet and they gave me some relief. They cost me about $8. I sell them for $23 plus $8 shipping. And I don't offer free shipping. I don't do all those sort of things that you could do to increase the sales, but I sort of don't like discounting because discount comes straight off the profit line. It doesn't come off the actual cost. So I basically think if somebody really wants that, they're looking at that, they can't find it anywhere else. It's $23. By the time they get to the checkout, they go, oh, it's $8 shipping. They don't care. They carry on anyway. That's my take on it. But anyway, this could be product. I obviously had a personal problem with my feet. I went down and I thought, well, if I've got that problem, other people may have that problem. So I published a blog about it and put it on the website. And then I have actually linked a couple of products that are related. And I have sold a couple of these and they've only been on there for the last couple of 3 months. But I've got a photo of feet. And the idea of that is it's called plantar. What do they call it?
Plantar fasciitis rehabilitation.
Yeah. So now I've got another way of marketing the product. And I have no idea whether this comes up in the search engines, but let's give it a go. And you'll see that there's probably oodles of information about that. But look, we do come up in the results. We are listed in there. And now I could say, well, let's just pretend that somebody's not going to search for the whole title. And there we go. Look, so a comprehensive guide to plantar fasciitis rehabilitation. And we do actually come up in the organic results. So that's great. And that doesn't mean that it means I'm going to get the sale, but if that's another way that you could market products that you want to sell. Somebody lands on this product and somebody clicks on that. Somebody adds to cart and away they go again. It's not rocket science. It's the heck science, as I often says. All right. So, okay. So I've sold 2 or 3 of these a week. Do I keep them in stock? No, you don't. Use the systems that we have. Save your time. I'm a YouTuber and I do videos all the time. I'm going to just flip you onto that. My YouTube channel. And this is not a plug at all, but I want to show you, people often ask me, how do I survive? Well, I spend 70 to 80 hours a week trying to bust Ponzi schemes and scams. I've currently produced 1,400 videos. 1,400? That's right, 1.4. 1,400 videos on how to stop people from losing their money in scams. So this afternoon, I interviewed this guy from Australia, and he was a victim to losing $33,600 to a romance scam where a young girl that he was chatting to, this lady here, he believed that she was real. And I showed him on the internet how we can find her and other photos and how she may actually be AI. Who knows? Anyway, after that, that's what I do for a living. So I spend 7 or 80 hours a day. I don't have time to go down to the post office and post this item. I don't want to post this item. I don't want to. I want a business where I can choose the products I sell the product, click a button, and my job is done. How does the money work? Well, when you buy this product off me, it goes into the back end of Shopify. And it looks like this. Now, we've got names here, but you can see yesterday I had an order, Tuesday I had an order, Monday, Sunday. So there's 5 orders this week. And in here, the person has paid. So if I haven't collected the money yet, it will come up with a button that says capture the money, which means that when the person has shopped for $38.90, they are basically telling the credit card company that they are agreeing. Well, they don't know. They just use their credit card and they think they've paid. But the credit card company says, we are not going to touch the money until you manually click capture. As soon as I click capture and then the customer says, oh, I've changed my mind, which we don't allow them to do, and I refunded the money, I'd have to pay 5%. So that's a bit of a pain. So what I do now is I take I basically process the order with the supplier once I know the money's safe. So I know that the customer's agreed to pay $38.20. I go along to my supplier, I process the order. The supplier will take my money. Then I go back and I capture the money. I have 7 days to hold the money just in case for whatever reason. And then once I process it, I take the money. Then every night the money gets paid into my my thingy. So let's go. I don't know if I've got to do this right. Yes, we can. So we go to billing. I'll just bring this up before I show you. And so here's the running cost of the website while I'm here. So every month I pay $39 US. It used to be $29 and they put it up, the mongrels. See, it used to be 29. Grumpy about that still. But it's a pain because it does cost when you have a few shops. And then when we go to payments, I think. Yeah, I think it's payments. Oh, yeah, view payouts. All right. So I've currently got $178 heading my way, and they pay every day. So it's really quite cool. So you don't have to worry about waiting for the money. You could run this whole business on having $500 on your credit card. So literally what you do is, if you want to do lots of transactions, you process your order, pay with your credit card. And then the next thing you do is you go back and capture the money from Shopify. And then Shopify releases that money to you on a 7-day or every day. I do it every day. And then you could use that money once it drops it goes straight into your bank account. So you need a bank account. And then that money, I could use that and transfer it onto my credit card. And then I could keep my running costs really, really low. Because my average order is around about $65, then that could be, that's the running costs that I need. And it's not really rocket science, is it? So have I answered any of your questions, or have I not answered the question that you want? You can use the comment box and I will answer these questions. I sort of get excited about when I'm thinking I'm going to do a video answering some what I call basic questions. I've had a few people who have been interested in my shops previously, and then they are worried about, do I need to set it up as a company? And I go, no, because I have a company already. So I'm quite fortunate. But every time I set up a new shop, I call it a trading as shop, which is really, really quite cool. However, I believe that you wouldn't even really need to do anything. You just need to declare your income. So business is really simple. It's how much did something cost me? How much did I sell it for? How much profit has I made? And then as long as you keep your receipts of expenditure and transactions, which Shopify do for you, and work out your profit margin, at the end of the month, you could add up how much profit you made. And if you have it all in a bank account, it wouldn't be rocket science. You could use Xero to keep life really, really simple. And you basically can work out your total costs. So a wee tip I'll give anyone that's running a Shopify website at the moment who may be reconciling every single transaction. I don't. I basically, if I make $200 in a day, I work out the percentage the credit card companies have charged me, and I distract that out of every time that goes into my zero. So I've got a mathematical equation, which I'm happy to share with people who buy my drop shipping businesses. And it basically works out because you don't pay tax or collect GST on bank payment fees. But if you're doing $10,000 a year and you're $500 worth of that money, you don't have to pay GST on, or you can't claim it back, then it does add up. Especially if you're doing $140,000 worth of transactions, then it starts to add up if you don't do it. But so what I do is I just have a mathematical equation from any money that comes from Shopify into my bank account. When I reconcile with Xero, it automatically works out that mathematical equation, and then my accountant takes over the rest. But you could file your own tax returns and keep this incredibly simple. It's not rocket science, it's tech science. So the other thing is a lot of people want to buy an established shop versus one that is already going. And that's sort of yeah, that's great. So I've got, I'm going to show you some shops that I have. So I currently have an outerwear shop. Bring that one up. I have an NZ outdoor shop. I'll bring that one up in a second. So we'll go for the outerwear one first. I'll make sure you can see that. There you go. And then I also have an electronic shop. And that's about it. I think that will be the three of them enough. Oh, and I've got a nail shop. So I've got a nail shop. Now, what's that one called? Lux Nails. All right. Okay. So I'm going to show you. This shop here is underpriced, but we're trying to find the right price to sell these at. And it's exactly the same as selling products online. You've got to get your pricing right to start selling products. You don't need to be the cheapest. You don't want to be the most expensive, but you want to have a fair price. So there's a transaction that's worth your time when processing. So this shop here, I've currently think I've got it priced about $2,500 plus GST. This is what I call an entry level shop. With my hand on my heart, I should be selling this for at least $5,000 to $7,000. And I might change the price on supply and demand, but I'd be quite happy at night thinking I sold this to someone for, let's say, $8,000. It wouldn't bother me at all. This is exactly what this website's worth. I have currently sold about 8 orders on this website. We are still trying to figure out what products sell well and what ones don't, but we haven't really got any sales history to govern that on. So I have to be doing a fishing exercise, which means I'm selling socks, I'm selling underwear, I'm selling scarves, I'm selling leggings, I'm selling sporting goods, I'm selling t-shirts. In fact, if you have a look at the t-shirt that I'm wearing now, you can see it's one of my own t-shirts that I like. I bought the t-shirt and it's fantastic. I bought one because I wanted to see what the quality was like. And to be honest, I actually have 5 of them in the wardrobe now. They're fantastic. Now, the other day I decided that I saw these dresses, which are summer dresses, and I'm thinking, well, this is called outerwear.co.nz. This, I can literally sell anything I want. And I quite like these. Well, I don't like dresses myself, but I thought they would sell well. And I've also found other shirts that are similar to the one I'm wearing with no signal on. And I thought I would try these out. Now, I don't know what will sell and what will not. The reason I started this shop was because a young fellow that my partner's boy has bought one of these hoodies. And I saw these and I thought, I'm going to start selling those online. Anyway, this website, if I go to the shop now, I've got beanies, caps, dressing gowns, hoodies, footwear, gloves, hat, leggings, ponchos, pajamas, scarves and shawls, sleepwear, socks, thermals, t-shirts, underwear, and wraps. So you click on sleepwear, there's nothing. Okay, so I click on pajamas. There's products. Now, if I'm selling this website to somebody, they want to see everything done. Now, to add a product takes me 5 minutes. It'll probably take you half an hour, if not an hour, to add your first product, but you will get faster at it. So I've come through here and I've added a few products. These are trending products. They're not just products. They're products I know that have got a history. and I know that they will come up in the search engines when the website marinates enough in the search engines. And just for shits and giggles, I just want to see whether they're actually coming up in the search engines. And look, this brand new website here is actually coming up in the search engines. So it either tells me that people aren't interested in this product, or it's just going to take some more time for this to be strength. I haven't released this particular website to the search engines yet. But if I was to sell this for somebody for, let's say, $2,500 plus GST, what advice would I give them? And that would be do nothing except add more products. I will show you how to find products, how to add products, and how to build these products, how to make the descriptions really good. Look at the description of this here. So we've got a pair of pajamas, we've got tops and bottoms, we've got a sizing chart. I haven't had to create this. I've actually got this. And in here, I've got a description. It goes on and on and on and on and on, and it's brilliant. And when they click on it, you watch this, different products come up. And there was a bit of a problem trying to get this particular one in here. So this one's unavailable. The stock levels are updated with the supplier in real time, which is fantastic. Well, every 24 hours, I think they're updated. So I won't sell something. And if I do sell something I haven't taken the money. I've just put a hold on the money, haven't I? So it doesn't really matter. So this website is our entry level website. And as somebody might think, somebody looked at this the other day and they said they wanted to buy it, set them up an invoice, sent it off to them. And then they said, I don't know how to set this up as a business. Well, I'm not really here to give you business advice, but if you're looking for a side hustle, a little extra way of making a bit of money, then this would be the business to twiddle away on and build it up slowly. This has sold, I think, 8 orders from memory. I will have a wee look at that. So I know the products will sell, but you need to have a bit of a vision with it. You can't just, you're just not going to hit the ground running. Oh, have I not got this set up? Have I not got this set up? Oh, I haven't got it set up. I'll try that one there. Hold it. 1 minute, please, caller. Let's see if I can tin this. Login details. Oh my goodness, it worked. It's a miracle. So anyway, so if I go into orders, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 orders. I got overzealous on that one. If I went to analytics, it will tell me my total sales, I believe, is $350. Remember how I showed you the other one earlier on? You've got to think big. I haven't had any sales for a wee while. There's a reason for that, but I'm not going to tell you my secrets. Average order is $49. So it tells me, so far there's a little bit of stats to go on here. Anyway, this is a perfect side hustle for somebody. Somebody could literally, buy this product, this website, look for anything to do with that nice and soft hoodies, T-shirts. You could add more categories, or you could just focus on adding products into the existing categories and just religiously doing what I tell you to do, like on the Messiah of drop shipping. That's what I'd be telling people to do. So that's the honest truth on that one. This is a bargain. This website is currently for sale, and I would thoroughly be happy as Larry selling this to somebody for up to like $8,000. I think that's worth. But at the moment, it's currently the price tag on it is $2,500 plus GST, and that is a bargain for somebody. If you watch this video and you go to my Trade Me listings, which are listed in the description, you may be surprised that this website just went up in value. Why would we put the price up? Well, I might get bored one day and add another 100 products in here. That's going to cost you an extra $3,000 because it takes a long time to add the products and get the right products. We don't just willy-nilly add in products. And I haven't got this screen sharing. Silly me. So this is, I don't know if I have to redo that again, but this outerwear shop is, as I said, is basically a nice looking shop. We've already got products of socks, scarves, leggings, hats and outdoor gear, and nice tops and tees and the like. I've got my t-shirt, it's got my socks, and it's pretty cool. I'm just going to change the screen on me so I don't have that problem I just had before talking without that one. There we go. I use StreamYard in case you're wondering. It's a great little bit of program, but if you want to carry the sound through, you've got to share the right window. And sometimes I don't quite get it right. Make sure we take up the whole window. Oh, rough enough. Alrighty. So now on to the next shop. So that's outerwear. That's what I call let's just call that our basic Shopify website, you wouldn't be able to pay a website developer to set up a shop like this. Right. Now we're on to what we call Lux Nails. Lux Nails is basically a shop where we went to town on it. So this is what we call our, advanced shop. This one is around about, I can't remember exactly. I think it's $6,000. And once again, once we sell one of the other ones, we just want to find the right price bracket. We will actually be putting the price of this one up as well. But this is a ready to go shop. And I had someone who liked this shop, but only wanted to pay the price of the first shop. It doesn't work like that. This shop currently has 200 products in here. They're all trending products. This is brand new. We haven't even sold, or we have sold one product actually. I lie. I remember it coming through the other day. So this is real. This is live. Anyone can purchase anything. If you want some stuff and you don't want to buy the shop, just go shopping. You'll be fine. All right, so you can see, and we've also created some blogs. I did actually use ChatGPT this time, which was a bit of a laugh, and we used AI software to generate all the images that you see. By doing that, we actually retain the ownership of the images. We don't have to worry about being, they're unique to the search engines, which is something I will teach you about how important some of these things are. You don't want to use other people's images or images that have been used before. You want to be original because the search engine will gobble all that up. So now we're going to go to our art collection. Now notice on the side here, you've got all these different categories popping out. That's because we have actually got, we went to town on this one when we did this one. So if you click on the shop now, you'll see 9 main categories. And 9 main categories, just about made a song out of that. But when you go into the first category, you basically get a really good array of information. Notice that's been sold out. That's because it updates in real time. So that product there, if somebody was to click on it, there's no that product. So I go back. I could go back and find a replacement product, or I can remove that from the shop. So there is a little bit of maintenance every now and again. So we're going to go back to here, and we are going to go to the nails. And now what I'm going to show you is the category structure of this, because this is really well thought out. And this is called Lux Nails. No, Lux, Lux, nails, nails.co.nz. So when you purchase this website, you would own the domain name and the website, and you'd and that's the cost of running the website is $39 plus $20 for the plugin that you need to add the products. So you're looking at $59 US a month just to run the shop. All you need to do is add products. Okay, so in here you've got 5 sets. There's 2 more about products, dried flowers. And this is something I will tell you, like here's 4 products. One of them sold out. So it tells me, and that's the one we just looked at. But things do update. You are working with a live shot. So a lot of people say to me, oh, how long do I have to do it a day? And I go, I'm not your dad. I'm not your mum. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you have to go to work now. But if you want to make money and you want to make money, you need to work hard. So what I'd recommend you doing is you work like a beaver for the first 3 months and you give it 12 to 15 hours a day and you just keep adding products until your fingers fall off. And then when you start selling products, you'll realize what this is all about, making money. And when you sell a product, then rejoice and have a bottle of wine if you want. But what I'm getting at is that you want to add products. There's no such thing as a total passive income. You can, like I said, I've built these shops up, and yes, I've milked them a wee bit because I haven't added products in as much as I should, because I've got 5 of these shops at the moment. And I should really sit here and add products all day long. But I'm doing my YouTube stuff and I'm more excited about that. But at the end of the day, I rush out there and I do all my orders. Before I go to bed tonight, I go, I must fulfill my orders because I don't want my customers waiting any longer than they have to. So this is what you're doing. So let's say you're buying a side hustle that you're going to turn into a business. Now, the very first website I sold, I'll tell you, the guy bought it off me for $11,000. It was for an accessory, nz-accessories.co.nz. He had it for a year. The first thing he did is he cloned the website and decided to make a website identical for Australia. The website was selling $1,500 worth of products a month. Within 2 months, he killed it by duplicating the website, which I told him, well, I didn't tell him anything. It was he can do whatever he likes with it. Anyway, long story short, he duplicated the website, killed the website. The sales went down to $400 a month. So he killed it. He kept it for a year and then realized it wasn't for him. And he sold it for more than I sold it to him for. So he bought an asset, killed it, and then sold it to somebody else. The somebody else who sold it to me basically rang them up and said, I bought a website that you used to own. Would you be willing to teach my staff how to use it and promote it and set it up? So they paid me to give them training, and we set them up. I don't know how it's going today because I haven't followed it up. I don't need to, but they're away again. Now, the website's still out there. It's still, I see it popping up on Trade Me because they now advertise the products in Trade Me, and I'm quite surprised about that, but they do. And they've done other things that I don't do because everyone has their own idea and philosophy. But what I do is I set up these shops and I rely on organic traffic. I do some Google advertising, but I don't want people to pay the earth. Now, if this website starts doing $5,000 a month, then you'll find that you'll have an advertising budget within that website. And you can use that to do Facebook advertising, which I don't do, or some Google advertising, which I do, but I don't do as much as people think I do. But once you realize how it works, but the most important thing before you get excited about throwing your money away to advertising is just to add products. It's not that rocket hard, isn't it? Anyway, so what I'm getting at here, guys, we've got outerwear, which is ready to rock and roll as a brand new shop that just needs new products. I like it. I like the products. We researched the type of products that go in this type of shop, and they are in demand. But when you come to Lux Nails, there's more people buying nail polish stuff, but you still have to play around. I mean, all of a sudden, when this website comes alive, as I call them, and when it comes alive and you start selling products regularly, you will realize what people expect from this shop. And then basically you will start adding those types of products. And that's how it works. Now, my outdoor shop. Now, I sell different things. Now, this website has had $140,000 worth of sales. It's been going since 2018. It has been consistent at selling $27,000 worth of goods for 2 years in a row. And that was from, is it March to April or April to March? I've got which way it goes around. But anyway, so we know that this website's good for $25,000 worth of sales a year. This website currently has about 1,000 products in it. I have worked out what products sell, and I remove the ones that don't, and I add more of the ones that do. It's not rocket science, but that's basically what we will teach you. We also have good suppliers, and we don't go for the cheapest because we can if we want to, but we don't want to be the cheapest. We want to have fair products at fair prices. So you can see the collections along the top here. These are just, to make people feel a little bit good. You know what I mean? Like, they can click through here. Now, I'll give you a bad example because I just saw something here. I used to sell picnic hampers, and you can see currently we have 2 picnic hampers. I used to have about 10 picnic hampers. And in the picnic hampers, we used to have something like this. And people were asking whether the food came with it or something stupid like that. And I'm going, oh my God, I was just selling the picnic hamper. I don't know what it was, but something was in here somebody thought they got. May have been the plastic knife and forks, which I think I would expect them to come with them if they had it, I must say. But anyway, let's say somebody bought one of these picnic hampers, these bags, and they paid $100 for it. When they got the product, they didn't like the product. They didn't think it was a very good quality. So what I would do in that particular case is I would say to them, well, make me an offer. What would you be happy to pay for it? Now, this particular couple said $80, even though they paid $100. I was prepared to actually give them 50% off. Why 50% off? Well, I don't want a grumpy customer, and I want somebody to feel like they got value from shopping on my outdoor shop. So they said 20% off or $20 off. And I said, if you're happy with that, I'm happy with that. And they said, oh, that's great. So I refunded them through the back end of the website. I didn't have to go to my bank account and transfer money. I just basically go to refund, and I refunded $20 of the purchase price. But I would have gone up to 50% because then it wouldn't have cost me nothing. But the person might have said, look, it's just not up to standard. It's not a good picnic hamper. And I would have said to them, well, I tell you what I do, take some photos of it. I'll send it back to the supplier. I've got a mediator who works with the supplier who would make a decision. Now, the supplier, is that me ringing? Sorry about that. So then the supplier could have said, oh, it isn't too good. He could have refunded the whole lot. I would have got my 50% of the money back. Then I go back to the client and go, look, keep the goods. I'll refund you 100%. And they go, oh, are you sure you don't want them sent back? And I go, well, you could send it back if you want. But technically speaking, with the Consumers Act guarantee, if you might not know this, but if the product is faulty, I need to actually pay for the shipping to get the product returned to me. But in some cases, I don't know whether the product's faulty. But if I pay for the shipping to get the product returned to me and I look at the product and I don't think it's really faulty, then the customer, could have Mark Harris. All righty. Hold it. The customer, I've got to basically I just give the money back. I take the loss, and then on the monthly spreadsheet, I just sometimes lose a little bit of money. But that was happening a wee bit when we started, but it took a long time before we found good suppliers. And now we only buy off big brands within our supplier range. And that's what I've learned over the years. So I think that's been honest, and that's how it works. So if you were to do $3,000 worth of sales a month and you had one return because the product was no good, you learn from that, you remove that product, you find a better supplier, and you add 2 more new products. And then the next thing is you want to do is lost my train of thought with that phone call, haven't I? And then what you want to do is you work out the monthly highs and lows. But if you look at it on a customer, if you're trying to figure out that with one customer and you, sometimes you're going to lose. And it's what they call swings and roundabouts in business. I think you get the idea is rather than looking at it like that customer got a free hamper and it cost me $50, I would rather give the customer back his $100 and then lose $50 only and keep a good relationship with the customer, and then take it on the next sale that I do, I'm going to basically break even. And that's kind of how I roll when I run these drop shipping websites. But somebody asked me today, how many returns do I get? Or how many chargebacks do I get? And I said, I can't honestly remember the last chargeback I had. And it would have been like 2 years ago because I have had them. And that's where somebody may purchase goods from you and then dispute it with their credit card, or perhaps it's gone missing in the mail and even though you've got a delivery, which I have had happen before, and you've got it stamped by New Zealand Post that it's been delivered, they go back to their credit card company and say that I didn't receive the goods. So then you go back to the merchant and you go, here's the stamp receipt from NZ Post saying the goods been delivered. And would you believe MasterCard are the worst? Sometimes they take the client's side. So literally, if you receive something, and even if you've got proof, the credit card company will still give you your money back. It's just crazy. So that's just credit card companies. But in saying that, I don't have like one every, let's be fair, one a year, maybe. And that's just part of running a business. So that's sort of what happens on that sort of style. Anyway, NZ Outdoors, one of my favorite shops. Ironically, I used to run an outdoor a social club and used to do a lot of mountain hiking and the like. I thoroughly like this website because I thought that if I set myself up an outdoor shop, people that I used to take hiking in my tramping group would actually buy the products. But they never did. People from New Zealand, I only sell to New Zealand. I've just started selling a bit internationally. But here's a backpack. I've traveled to Cambodia with that backpack. I just flipped out of it. But a great shop. Got a sales history. It's got 3,000 customers, and I've sold $140,000 worth of items from the shop. And that was my very first drop shipping website. This one here is an electronic shop. This one's also for sale at the moment. I won't say the price because it's fluctuating. It's going to go up in price soon, put it that way. But we sell not electronics as such, but anything like camera bags to cable bags to cables, adapters, headphone covers, a few remote controls, watch bands, these sort of things, the rubber plugs that you put on your headphones. What have we got there? We've got solar panels. I'm a podcaster, so there's a few. So here's a good example. See these little plugs here. Now, these are $107, and you get 2 Propel mics that you put on you clip on yourself, and you might click on somebody else, and then you plug that into your iPhone, and you can record over Bluetooth. Quite clever, quite basic, but not really. The best ones on the market are DJI ones. They cost $540. These ones, $107. Some of them are, different prices, different types, but on average, round about, let's say $140 is the worst scenario. Oh, look, they've even got pink ones. Isn't that exciting? Anyway, I got a phone call from a hospital, and they are doing interviews with patients, and they walk around with clipboards, and they have like the doctors. They wanted them, and I said, I don't know. When I thought about it, I said, I'm not 100% sure how good these would work, because you'd need some form of recording device on your iPhone. And they said, we already have that because we record, but we talk into the microphone, but we would like to be able to clip on a microphone to the patient. And I go, great. Well, these would be ideal. Now, I said, the best ones on the market are the DJI ones. I think I'm saying that right. And they cost $500. And they said, we don't have the budget for that. However, we do have the budget for this. And they were going away to investigate about a month ago. I haven't heard back. But what I'm getting at is sometimes people can't afford what they want. But these sort of products, for $120 or $140 a unit, it's actually pretty good. And so you can have products that no one else is selling in New Zealand on an electronic shop and sell them because no one else has got them. In New Zealand shops, I should say. There might be people selling the same products. But anyway, I don't know how well they will sell, but it was a rainy day the other day, and I added in I found a stockist, found good reviews, found that they had sold quite a few of one. So I decided that I would add in a whole lot of them. I'm a podcaster. I've sold 3 of these $120 microphones. This microphone, $800. I can't afford $800. So I buy this one. No, I don't. I buy that one that you're looking at for $120 because I'm new to podcasting. And then when I get really good at podcasting, I'm going to sell that one for $60 on Trade Me, or maybe what I paid for it. And then I'm going to buy a real good one. Or I could even buy a more shittier one. Or is that just a stand? No, that's a real shitty microphone. Well, is it? I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's a microphone. When you first start podcasting, you grab any microphone you can because you think that's what you need. But then you think, well, if somebody's going to buy a microphone, they might need a boom. So I've got a boom. Look, boom. I've got a Rode one. It cost me $300. Absolutely beautiful. I can move the mic all over the place. It's lovely. But these ones here, that one there is $180. It's quite dear. But it's still a boom mic. It might actually have other bits attached to it. I'm not sure. It's professional studio mic kit. I think it's the whole lot caboodle. So I'm going to give you an idea. This thing here is a shockwave, right? So when I hit my mic, you can hardly hear it. That thing there, I think, cost me $180. Just that bit of plastic. This thing here, another $140. All right. That thing that's over the mic is a spit guard. Well, it's not really a spit guard, but if I go Peter Piper Pooka Pooka Pooka, you won't hear all that noise on the mic. That's because it's got that. I don't like the look of that thing. It gets in the way. And when I'm talking to you, I actually like to have the mic out of shot. But if I get right up here and I'm talking to the mic, I sound really good. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to talk like this all day long. So I put that down out of shock and you can't see it. Anyway, if you're new to podcasting, you might think I'm going to buy all this here for how much? $181. That is a bargain. Just one bit of my mic costs $180. There's a $1,400 worth of microphone I've got here, cables and the like, and then I've got other things that you need. But when you're starting out, here's $181. It's a bargain. So no one's going to squirrel the price, even though my buy price is probably about $85 at the most. So I still make good money on these sort of things. The more expensive the items cost me, the less markup I put on them. And I've got 10 tiers of price level and structures. So let me give you an example. If something costs me 80 cents, I'm not going to put 100% markup on it. I'm going to put 600% markup on it. Yes, 600% markup on an item that cost me 80 cents. Because what I've found from my suppliers, little bastards, sometimes what they do is they make the price of the goods really cheap and then they beef up the shipping price. There's no guaranteed shipping price. So what I do is I make sure that every single item that I sell has always got $3 before it even starts. Then I add the 80 cents. Now I'm up to $3.80. And then I make sure that I always charge $8 shipping. Now, if I put 600% on a let's say 600%, it's going to make that product around about $6 plus the $2.50 that I started, $8.50 plus my guaranteed shipping, which is $8. Now we're up to $17. So an 80-cent item, I'm not going to let it go out my shop for less than $17. When I go and order that product, I would be lucky if that product actually cost me, at the worst scenario, the very worst scenario, probably $8. The best scenario, it might cost me $3, but I can't always get it right. So what I'm getting at is marking up your products is an art, and I've got it all worked out, and I'll share that with you if you like. Anyway, so while I won't share it with you unless you buy one of my shops. But I think that's it. So I'm thinking other things. So that was 4 shops. So you've got an electronic shop, and this to date has sold $300,000 worth of products. This shop has actually been going for a long, long, long time, but it's only been going for the last 5 years as a drop shipping website. I used to actually have like bricks and mortar style. I used to have Wellington, Auckland, and Christchurch, and they used to deliver products for me on my behalf. But what I was finding, there was no money in dropshipping electronics in New Zealand. If I bought a printer, I would make $20, and then I'd have to manually fill out a form to get it shipped. It was just a pain in the bum. So here is the shop. It is big money here, 301,000, nearly $302,000, let's say. You can see when COVID happened, we had massive sales. We did absolutely credible sales on that one. $20,000 in a month, 17 the next month, 15 the month after. So there was a whole lot of money. And then if it goes before COVID, we were 3,500 a month, but pretty cool. But like, it needs some love. It needs some more products added. If I add the products it needs, I'm going to be charging a lot more than it's for sale at the moment, which I'm going to do when I do this. So as soon as I sell my first big shop, I'm going to put the price up on these shops and then go back and do what I know that it needs, and it needs new product. So let's have the average sale for this electronic shop is $32. I've had 7,500 orders, and I currently have, I know of memory, I think it's 9,000 customers, and all the stats are in the back end. So it's pretty impressive. So that is a pretty impressive shop. And we sell products all the time, and we don't sell the products you probably think we do. Don't assume. So what have we got there? We've got NZ Electronics. So we've got NZ Electronics will load. And the themes look pretty cool. The images can always be updated. We'll show you how to do it. I took that photo in China because I went to China, had a look around, took some photos, and I thought I would do that for memorabilia. I didn't take that photo, but you can get photos, and and some of the stuff, a lot of these cables, I haven't got one at the moment. Well, I have got one actually, but this cable here is one of those cables. Whoops, that cable there. It's 3 cables. It can handle 100 millihertz at a time. Best cable that I like. I don't know why people don't buy it. I've never actually sold one of these cables. It's my favorite cable. I think I've got 2 of them, but I've never actually sold one. I should take it off, but they're not the cheapest. People don't want to pay a lot of money for a cable when they think it's just a phone cable. But I still like the product, and I bought one, and I love the brand. It's a good brand. So, but I've never sold one. So there's a good example, just going on for a little bit longer, is you could literally buy what you think would sell, and it won't. This product is something I wanted because I wanted a good quality cable, so I bought it for myself, but they don't sell very well. But I should update it, but I haven't. Silly things like these CD holders, right? I have sold probably maybe I have sold I don't know, 50 of these. these CD holders. Who would think somebody would buy a friggin' CD holder? Oh, and I've sold out. I've got to find some new ones. That's why I haven't sold any lately. These are one of my biggest sellers, CD holders. Who would think on an electronic shop? But people search for these and they find them and they buy them. But that's what you got to do. You got to do your market research. And obviously, I've got to give this shop some love and start finding some new products. But I know that some products that you think don't sell well does, and just goes on and on and on. So there you go. So you've got a choice to make. What drop shipping business is for you? Outerwear, Lux Nails, NZ Outdoors, or NZ Electronics. And we are building new shops all the time. And that is probably a very good place to sort of have a get out of that. If you are thinking of doing drop shipping, I get this question a lot. Oh, I'm really passionate about jewelry and I want to start up a jewelry store online. I'll go, well, that might be great that you're passionate about jewelry, but have you done any market research as to whether jewelry is trending and selling on the internet? And that answer there can stop you from making a series of mistakes. A lot of people looking at what I do and they go, oh, I know better than Danny. He knows nothing. Well, I do know a lot. I've been doing this for 6 years. We were selling 8,000 products a year at one stage. And we know what sells. We know how to handle the customers. We know how to handle the customer's expectations. People say to me, oh, people want it overnight. And I go, no, they don't read it. They don't read that it's going to take 15 to 35 days. So a customer goes and orders a product. Everyone's in a rush. They don't read how long it takes. They thought we was a New Zealand store. They bought from us. Oh, yeah, I get that. But we never claimed that we were going to ship it overnight to you. So this is drop shipping. This is a business where you've got to have a bit of thick skin, and be able to roll with the punches, so to speak. But we make it very clear on every product how long it takes. We actually say it takes between 3 and 7 days to receive the international tracking. Delivery can take 15 to 35 days. If the product doesn't turn up in 35 days, it's not a guarantee. It's just a guesstimation. But it is a pretty accurate guesstimation. We used to say 15 to 60 days. And then the place we buy the products from has now sped up the ordering process, something amazing. They are actually delivering products within 5 days. So we can order a product on a Friday and have it delivered the following Friday. So when the customer finally gets busy in life and they didn't read and they ring me up and they go, I ordered a product last Friday and I haven't got it yet. And I go, oh, yes, the product comes directly from the supplier in China. They go, oh my God, it's from China. And I go, yeah, I know. I've got a $2,500 cell phone here. That was made in China. I didn't complain about that to Apple when they sold it to me. That's where products are made these days. However, that doesn't mean it's shit. The products are great. The products are quality because I've screened them. I've bought T-shirts and they're great. There's nothing wrong with them. So we are not here to rip people off. We're here to find quality products that are made in China. And they will deliver one-to-one. They will deliver to somebody's door. We don't have to handle the product. So get with the world that we live in and, list a product on your website. Let somebody make an informed decision that they want that product. They click that button. The order comes flying into you. Before you go to bed at night, spend 15 minutes processing your orders if you have to. You shouldn't spend that long once you get the knack of it. And then every day you come home from work, add a couple of products into your shop. Do a bit of research. I'll show you how to research products that are trending. I'll show you where to find them. I'll show you how to find suppliers. I'll show you everything I know to help you get your head around it. If you do the maths, and let's say you add 15 products a week religiously into the store, 60 products a month. That's 1,200 products a year, isn't it? $60 a month. Oops, not dollars. 60 times 12 equals 720. So if you did that for a year, or you just went on a bender and worked your butt off for a month and added 720 products, you would double the amount of sales in any of these shops that I have at the moment. Just by adding 500 products in there, you will get an increase in sales because people get distracted. Have you ever done it? You've gone to a website, you've gone there for something and you bought something else, or I thought I'd just buy this as well. It's the way it works in the world. So I don't know what other questions I could help you with. So no, do not stock the products. Forget about that. Yes, every now and again, you might get something returned. Keep it on your desk like I have until somebody buys it, and then ship them this one. Doesn't mean it's faulty because it didn't work for that guy. It just means that they probably ordered the wrong remote for their device. I clicked the button and I gave the money back. I could go back to the supplier and go, oh, the remote doesn't work, but I don't see any reason why this remote doesn't work. I think they bought the wrong one. In fact, I did figure out that this one didn't have a delete key. And that's why it didn't work for that customer. Everything else was working, just the delete key. And I'm thinking it didn't have a delete key. And I go, it doesn't have one either. And then I realized it's for a 755 rather than a 644. But anyway, different story. You get to know your products after a while. Okay, so yes, you don't need to stock your products. If you're interested in buying a one of these shops of me, you can go to Trade Me and search. Trade Me search is the worst thing in the world, or go to danny.co.nz. Easy to find. Or just ring me now. Pick up the phone. It's fine. Ring me. Old-fashioned phone call. I get so many phone calls. And no, I get so many emails from people going, I'm interested about the shop. And I'll go, that's nice. What would you like to know? Oh, I don't know. And they don't even put their name. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, what would you like to know about the shop? Sam 1973. They don't give me their name, but they reach out to me. I'm very approachable, and I want to help you build a passive income opportunity. And probably last but not least, but I should have done this just before. How do I share the screen again? Oh, I'm getting old. All right. So if you go to danny.co.nz, went to the wrong Danny, you will find my website. Boom, there it is. Look at that. Beautiful. And if you go along the links along the top, you've got about me, read about me if you want, read about my blogs, podcasting, passive income opportunity, click on passive income opportunity. And there's a video, which this video theoretically might replace this video. Hassle-free drop shipping. That's what we're doing. Here's a whole lot of information all about it. And in here, you can click on Trade Me, and that will take you through to my Trade Me listings. And you can see the 4 websites that I currently have there for sale. And if you are looking at the budget one, which there's no reason why the budget one can't do as good as my most expensive one, but do read the description. It amazes me the amount of people that come through and ask about the description. And this is what it sounds like.
Whether you are looking for a passive income side hustle or are a budding entrepreneur with an empire to build, this is your opportunity.
Right. Watch the video at this site. So it says, so you click that button, you cut and paste that in there. And there we go. Look. There I am. I'll show you. That video is designed for that particular shop. And it tells you all about that shop. So go and watch that video, and then we'll carry on reading. I'll make you read this.
Leveraging the Shopify platform, you can take control of this brand new website to passively earn as it is or dedicate yourself to growing this into a thriving business. Constructed to be easy to use from the start with no experience necessary. Our instructional videos guide you through every aspect of managing this online store. From product sourcing to customer service, you're covered from start to finish.
Right. So if you like this video and you can understand what I'm saying, hopefully the tutorial videos will be pretty much the same because I don't outsource them. I do everything myself.
Our experience in dropshipping is built into this website so you get a hassle-free business model where you can focus on growth or your other interests with this ticking along in the background.
Yes, it's not going to enslave you. This is really cool stuff. This is what you call a passive income opportunity. If you look up the definition of passive income, it's not really totally passive. It's an active income. You've got to work for it, but the more you work, the more money you get. We all like money, don't we?
Shopify and the plugins take care of the sales transactions to real-time inventory management. Spend less time on paperwork and more time on growing your business.
Yeah, we all hate paperwork.
Designed to be visually appealing to New Zealand customers, it currently boasts over 115 proven to sell quality products covering a diverse range in the outerwear industry.
Yep.
Starting with this base, you can easily scale the business by adding additional products.
It's a very scalable opportunity.
A dedicated knowledge sharing page, blog, allows you to share your expertise with customers, boosting and establishing your brand as a trusted authority in the industry.
Yes. What about dedicated knowledge to sharing? Your blog. So yeah, we've got a blog on the website. So you just keep adding content. Helps. Obviously, I showed you how blogs work earlier on.
Upon purchase, this online business becomes your asset to earn from, learn from, or build and sell in the future.
Yeah, it's not something that you didn't work, didn't work. You could just put it back on Trade Me and sell it again if you want.
You get a fully functional brand new website, domain name outerwearco.nz, full access to the Shopify platform, operating instructions from sourcing products to providing customer service, and management software plugins. Start now and watch your business soar.
Well, there you go. That was the plugin. So 115 products, probably more like 110 now, because I saw a couple of them that were outdated, I'll be honest. But check it out. Remember, easy peasy. Go to theheck.com or danny.co.nz. You'll find my website. Click on passive incomes and the rest is history. And if you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my YouTube channel. I've got over 1,400 videos on here at the moment. And, I've been even featured in the New York Times. And that's what I'm doing at the moment, because I want to be the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger. I don't really want to be, that's what I want to do. And I want to build dropshipping businesses for people, set them up, give them how-to videos on how to make money. I hope I've answered the questions that you might have been thinking about dropshipping. But if I haven't, here's an opportunity for take full use of the comment section below and post your questions in there. And then I'll do other videos. Like, I don't know, where do I get my products from? China. Yeah, okay. Do I have relationships with every supplier and I have minimum purchase amounts? No, I don't. I don't have any of that rubbish to worry about, because I've come up with some real fantastic ways of finding products. How do you know what products sell? I'll teach you that. I'll teach you what products sell. I'll tell you what products to add and what ones not to add. I'll give you one more example. If I want to sell a pair of thermal socks and they're right next to a $500 sleeping bag, I might not sell the sleeping bag. But because I have a $500 sleeping bag right next to a $30 pair of thermal socks, that may make the person's decision to buy the socks a lot simpler. $500? Well, I'll just spend $30. That's the mentality. That's why a lot of things in the shops that you see, I may not necessarily sell. It may look like I'm going for the high-hanging fruit, but I'm actually going for the low-hanging fruit. And I do really, really well. You saw that when I showed you the stats. I think my electronics store average sale, $34. When I go and add something, what other shop was it? My outdoor shop, I think it was $60. That's because I do actually sell tents every now and again, and tents do bring up the average, but the average price is more realistically around about $50 if you took out the tents and the sleep bags that I do sell. Never thought I'd sell a tent, but I've got one of those tents, and when people ring me up and ask me for a referral, I tell them they're fantastic tents because I've slept in one 10 times. I'm a bit of a hiker and a tramper. So you might want to buy one of those tents yourself. And if you do want to buy one, please buy it from me. It'd be much appreciated. All right, I'm done. I'm Danny the Heck. As I normally finish my videos off, is I normally have a tune. I'm Danny the Heck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, here to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. I'm here to protect the mum and dad investors who don't know what they're doing when they're parting with their crypto. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.